Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine something. You're 75, maybe 80. Your body feels lighter, but not in a good way. Your arms aren't as strong, your legs feel shaky, and climbing stairs feels like scaling a mountain. Now imagine this. There's one food, a natural, accessible, proven nutrient source that has the power to reverse that decline. Not slow it down, reverse it. I'm not talking about a supplement. I'm not talking about injections or surgery. I'm talking about a real, whole food backed by decades of neuroscience, muscle physiology, and clinical data that helps rebuild strength, restore mobility, and protect your independence. Even at age 75, muscle loss with age, also known as sarcopenia, is often thought of as an unavoidable part of getting older. Many people accept this decline in strength, energy, and physical capability as something that simply happens after a certain age. However, scientific research tells a different story. Muscle is a dynamic, adaptive tissue that responds to specific signals regardless of age. While aging may slow down the body's natural regenerative processes, it does not eliminate the body's capacity to build muscle. In fact, studies now show that with the right nutritional and behavioral interventions, seniors can not only slow down muscle loss, they can actually reverse it. Muscle tissue requires three core inputs to grow: amino acids from protein, hormonal signaling, and cellular activation through mechanical stress. These processes still work in people in their 60s, 70s, and even beyond. What changes is the body's sensitivity to those signals. It becomes less responsive. This phenomenon is referred to as anabolic resistance. But this resistance is not a permanent shutdown. It is more like a dimmer switch, and research shows that it can be turned back up with the right triggers. One of the most powerful levers for reversing muscle loss in older adults is nutrient dense food that contains highly bioavailable protein and anti-inflammatory compounds. When these nutrients are consumed regularly, they provide the raw materials needed to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. Clinical trials have demonstrated that older adults who consume sufficient amounts of high-quality protein, especially from sources like fatty fish, can regain lost muscle tissue. Even in individuals aged 75 and older, this process can be reactivated, leading to measurable improvements in strength, function, and overall vitality. In addition to nutrition, even low-intensity resistance exercise, such as lifting light weights using resistance bands or doing bodyweight movements, can reignite the body's anabolic response. These activities send signals to the muscle cells that they are needed, prompting repair, growth, and fortification. When combined with the right foods, the result is not just prevention of further decline, but true biological reversal of muscle atrophy. The idea that age equals weakness is outdated. What matters more than the number of years lived is the quality of inputs given to the body, both through diet and movement. Scientific evidence now makes it clear that muscle recovery is possible far beyond what most people assume. Seniors are not destined to shrink and weaken. They are fully capable of rebuilding what has been lost. With the right tools and choices, wild-caught salmon stands out as one of the most powerful foods for reversing muscle loss, particularly in seniors. What makes it unique is not just its high-quality protein content, but the presence of essential fatty acids and micronutrients that support muscle regeneration at the cellular level. Unlike many other protein sources, salmon provides a complete amino acid profile, meaning it contains all the essential amino acids the body cannot produce on its own. These amino acids are the building blocks required for muscle repair and growth, especially after age-related breakdown begins to accelerate. But salmon's impact on muscle health extends far beyond its protein content. It is exceptionally rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA-docosahexaenoic acid, which have been shown in clinical studies to directly stimulate muscle protein synthesis. These fatty acids help reduce chronic, low-grade inflammation that often interferes with muscle recovery and contributes to age-related muscle loss. Inflammation, when left unchecked, impairs the body's ability to repair tissues, weakens immune responses, and can even degrade existing muscle mass over time. By lowering this inflammation, omega-3s help create a biological environment more favorable to muscle regeneration. Scientific evidence supports the idea that consuming salmon regularly can improve muscle mass, even without the addition of exercise. A notable study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who supplemented with omega-3s experienced increased muscle volume and strength over the course of several months. The mechanism involves activation of key cellular pathways, including mTOR mammalian target of rapamycin, which is essential for initiating muscle growth. This is especially important in seniors, whose anabolic signaling pathways have become less sensitive over time. Another advantage of wild-caught salmon is its rich concentration of micronutrients like vitamin D, selenium, and astaxanthin. These compounds provide additional support for muscle and immune health, protect against oxidative stress, and aid in cellular recovery. Astaxanthin, a potent antioxidant found in salmon's reddish-orange flesh, is particularly valuable in neutralizing free radicals that can damage muscle cells. When these elements work together, complete protein, omega-3s, and powerful antioxidants, they create a nutritional powerhouse that addresses multiple causes of muscle decline simultaneously. For seniors looking to rebuild strength, preserve mobility, and improve their overall physical performance, wild-caught salmon offers a natural, science-backed solution. It doesn't just nourish the body, it activates the internal systems responsible for maintaining and growing lean muscle tissue, helping the body restore what age tries to take away. Omega-3 fatty acids have emerged as one of the most effective natural compounds for supporting muscle health in aging individuals. Found abundantly in wild-caught salmon, these essential fats, particularly EPA-eicosapentaenoic acid and DHA-docosahexaenoic acid, play a direct role in promoting muscle regeneration, improving strength, and reversing the effects of sarcopenia. Unlike many nutrients that work indirectly or slowly, omega-3s exert powerful, measurable effects on the pathways responsible for muscle growth and repair. This makes them especially important for seniors, whose bodies naturally become less responsive to typical dietary and exercise signals over time. One of the key challenges in aging is a condition known as anabolic resistance. As people get older, their muscles respond less efficiently to the signals that normally stimulate growth, such as protein intake or physical activity. Omega-3s help override this resistance by enhancing the sensitivity of muscle cells to anabolic stimuli. Clinical trials have shown that when older adults consume adequate levels of omega-3s, their bodies begin to react more effectively to both dietary protein and resistance exercise. In other words, omega-3s act like a biochemical amplifier, making the muscles more receptive to rebuilding themselves. Beyond their direct effects on muscle synthesis, omega-3s are also known to reduce chronic inflammation, which is a silent but significant driver of muscle breakdown in older adults. Inflammation interferes with protein metabolism and can accelerate the deterioration of muscle tissue. Omega-3s help by lowering levels of pro-inflammatory cytokines, substances in the body that disrupt healthy tissue function. This reduction in inflammation creates a more favorable environment for muscle repair and recovery, allowing the body to preserve and even grow lean mass more effectively. Research published in respected medical journals, including the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has confirmed the role of omega-3s in increasing muscle mass and strength in older adults. Some studies have shown improvements in grip strength, walking speed, and muscle volume in as little as 3 to 6 months of regular omega-3 supplementation. Importantly, these results were observed even in participants who did not make major changes to their physical activity routines, highlighting the intrinsic power of omega-3s themselves. For seniors who may feel limited by mobility or hesitant to engage in strenuous workouts, omega-3s provide a way to initiate positive changes in muscle health without needing extreme effort. When included in the diet regularly, especially through foods like wild-caught salmon, they offer a science-backed method for reversing muscle decline and restoring physical vitality even well into the later decades of life. The combination of a nutrient-rich diet and light resistance training creates a powerful synergy that can reverse muscle loss in seniors. While each component alone offers significant benefits, their combined effect activates biological systems in a way that multiplies the impact on muscle health. Seniors often believe that heavy workouts or complex routines are required to rebuild strength, but science shows that even simple, consistent resistance movements paired with the right foods can dramatically improve muscle mass, mobility, and overall vitality. Light resistance training, such as using resistance bands, performing bodyweight exercises, or lifting light dumbbells, sends a clear signal to the body that muscle tissue is needed. This stimulus activates mechanical pathways in the muscles that trigger repair and growth. It doesn't take long or intense sessions to see results. What matters most is the frequency and consistency of movement. These exercises help maintain neuromuscular coordination, improve joint stability, and prevent the deterioration of fast-twitch muscle fibers, which are responsible for strength and balance. When this kind of physical activity is paired with a food like wild-caught salmon, the body receives both the signal to grow and the raw materials needed to do it. Salmon provides a complete source of protein, rich in essential amino acids, as well as omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants. These nutrients are critical in facilitating recovery, reducing muscle inflammation, and supporting the synthesis of new muscle fibers. The protein provides the structural components, while the omega-3s enhance the body's sensitivity to the signals sent by exercise. Together, diet and movement initiate a feedback loop where each supports the other. Resistance training enhances the effectiveness of the nutrients consumed, and nutrient-dense foods like salmon amplify the body's response to exercise. This interaction is particularly important in older adults who face age-related declines in metabolic efficiency. By combining these two strategies, seniors can overcome anabolic resistance and stimulate muscle growth in a way that would not be possible through either intervention alone. Scientific studies have confirmed that older adults who integrate both strength training and a high-protein, omega-3 rich diet experience greater improvements in muscle mass, strength, and functional performance than those who rely on one method alone. These improvements translate into real-life outcomes: better mobility, reduced risk of falls, improved quality of life, and longer independence. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require extreme effort or specialized equipment. With just a few weekly sessions of resistance movement and regular consumption of a food like salmon, the process of reversing muscle loss becomes both achievable and sustainable for seniors at any age.